Good morning, Dalton. Please welcome back your tournament MCs, Mr. Kyle Fender and Monish Patel.
All right. Welcome to day 2 here at the Dalton Qualifier with this year's game, Reefscape, presented by Haas. We're so excited to see you guys. We're so excited for all the qualification matches that happened yesterday and the ones to come today. So give yourselves a round of applause, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. It takes a lot to be able to get to this point. But I want you to think about this. This is not the end. This is not the end right now, right? First is more than just robots. It's more than just the qualification matches. This is the beginning of a lifelong journey when it comes to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I want you guys to take this moment that you guys have this weekend, the things that you're learning, whether it be from what you do here on the field to what you're doing in the pits to your conversation with judges, and take that in, because these are going to be part of you becoming developed into a better individual for not just this generation, but for generations to come. So thank you guys so much. Think about this as not just these years, but think about the next 50 years. And the things that you're learning are going to contribute to what this world's going to look like in the next 50 years. And I want you to think about this. You guys, so wave to me if you're a senior. So I want you guys to think about this. One of the things Connie always says to us as alumni is there is no exit plan from FIRST, always. But I also want you to think about this. There is no exit plan from FIRST because FIRST brings so many opportunities to you once you get out of high school. So if you're wondering about what's my next step, whether it be with college, whether it be with something like volunteering, what we're doing here on the field, our referees, judges, whatever else, there's always going to be something for you with the FIRST family. So I encourage you guys, not just if you are going to be alumni, but also like this next year, but even as you're thinking about it right now, I want you to go to firstinspires.org/alumni. And I want you to look at all the opportunities that are available to you as alumni, because I promise you, you are going to get way more out of FIRST than we'll get out of you. And realistically, it's going to be amazing to see what you guys are going to contribute, not just to this world, but also to the future generations of FIRST.
Absolutely. Now, I know we already gave a huge round of applause, but it definitely was not loud enough for our final day at the Dalton Qualifier. So I want to give yourself a huge round of applause for making it so far. Can we try being louder? Waking everybody in the room up? There we go. Now please keep up the intensity to introduce our first speaker and long-term partner with the Dalton Qualifier event, giving both resources and talent to make this event the best it can be, and it's definitely up there. Please welcome Dr. John Fuchko, the president of Dalton State College.
Thank you and good morning. First of all, I want to welcome all of you to Dalton, Georgia. How many of you, this is your first time up here in Dalton? Yeah, awesome. Well, we're so glad to have you up here. It is the carpet capital of the world, but it is also one of the most beautiful places to be, and I can tell you every day is like the weather today, I promise. Actually, it's not, but it's great today. I'm the president of Dalton State. You might be saying, is that a military school? No. I'm also Colonel John Fuchko. I command the 122nd Regiment of the Georgia Army National Guard, and I am headed down to do some military service right after I get done talking with you all this morning. So I want to thank all of you for coming out to compete. I want to thank our volunteers, because it's so awesome. Your teachers, the volunteers, the people that are here, they are passionate about your success. And I know what you're bringing is a little bit of discipline, a little bit of passion, and hopefully a little bit of fun in what you're doing this morning. I know there will be a lot of winners, but every one of you all are going to be winning because you're already here. You made it. This is a big deal. This is a great opportunity. I hope while you're here, you check out our table for Dalton State College, as well as for Georgia Northwestern Technical College. We're both here. We'd love to have you as a part of our community. And I might tell you this, particularly if there's any parents or teachers in the room, Dalton State ranked #1 by U.S. News in Georgia for best public colleges, #1 most affordable public college in Georgia, number 52 in the country, which isn't such a bad thing. Under $2,000 full-time semester tuition and fees. And oh, by the way, Wall Street Journal, #2 most recommended institution in the country by our students and alumni. It was Brigham Young, Dalton State, this little school called Princeton, and MIT. You might have heard of them. They were #7 and #9. So that tells you a little bit about our students. Our alumni are pretty excited about what we do. And guess what? You won't be living in your parents' basement owing $100,000 when you're done. So we'd love to have you come by. Come check us out. Our table's right over there with Dr. Heather Williams. GNTC, they provide some great opportunities as well. And we have a lot of programs where if you go there, you can come later to Dalton State, finish out your degree, and you're not losing a bunch of credits in the process. Not many folks can say that, and we're pretty excited about that and excited about having all of y'all here. So congratulations on making it to here. Good luck today, and go robotics. Cool.
Thank you so much. Now, this next person doesn't really need an introduction, but I'm going to give him one. His support of not just getting the Dalton qualifier going and up, but his leadership within Georgia First has helped to bring out the growth in this district and Georgia First overall. So, let me introduce you, first of all, the president of the Georgia First Board of Directors, and in his day job, director of, let me make sure, there we go, Director of Workforce Development. I wanted to add more stuff, but, you know. Director of Workforce Development at Shaw Industries. Let me introduce you to Mr. Brian Cooksey.
Good morning, Dalton. We are so glad to have you here. Thank you all for being in our community today. And so honored to have you come here as one of your choices for a qualifier. I have the pleasure of serving on the Georgia First Board of Directors, so on behalf of our Board of Directors, I want to thank everyone that makes this event possible, from our sponsors to all the amazing volunteers that come here every year, to the parents, the mentors, the teachers, the school districts, and most of all, you students for making this happen. I also want to acknowledge all of our First alumni that are here. It brings pride to my heart every year to see the students that were once where you are on a team that come back here now and are volunteering as mentors. They're behind the scenes working the cameras, they're referees, they're doing all kinds of different things. So let's give everybody a round of applause for making this event happen. And on behalf of Shaw Industries, we are honored to be a sponsor of this event. This is the 10th anniversary of our first Dalton event. It's been 10 years. And when we started this, we didn't think we'd get to 10 years, but we are glad to be here 10 years, and we want to be here for 30 more. So keep coming back to Dalton. We want to make this the best event that you ever go to. And if you have feedback, we'd welcome that. At Shaw, we need your talent. We have operations all over the world. And my job is to connect with young people like you and then help our recruiters bring you in to start an amazing career. So come talk to us at the Shaw booth about our career opportunities, because we'd love to talk to you about your future and helping make your dreams come true. I have one other role today that I'd like to do something with. I'm also head of the Dalton Planning Committee. So in that role, I get to work with a lot of amazing groups and sponsors and volunteers to make this event possible. And we've had some folks with us for all 10 years that we've done this. And I'd like to take an opportunity to recognize one of those individuals this morning as our local Volunteer of the Year. She's always there when we ask. She does everything with a smile. And you know, it doesn't take a lot of arm twisting, because she loves this event. She loves engaging with you students, asking you questions, learning about your hopes and dreams. And she's one of the best people we have at Shaw Industries as well. So I have the pleasure of calling her a teammate. So I'd like to ask Miss Eileen Chiesa to come forward and be recognized as our local Volunteer of the Year. You might recognize Eileen. She's often known as our popcorn lady, but she does everything in life with a smile, and she makes people's lives better just by being there and asking about them and caring about them and bringing her positive attitude to everything that she does. So thank you, Eileen, for investing in this program, our young people, our community, and our company. You make the world a better place. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So go out there and have fun today. Let's bring it this afternoon, and let's have a great day, Dalton. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Mr. Brian Cooksey, and thank you for all you do. Again, Dalton wouldn't be the same without him. Now, it takes a lot of dedicated volunteers to make this event possible. And I ask this every event, so somebody has to know the answers. We'll keep the people in the blue shirts in the front at bay. How many people does it take to run an event like this? 100? We found it out, and yep, it's exactly right. Over 100 people to run an event like this, and it takes years of planning just to make sure an event like this goes as flawlessly as this one does. Now, please give a huge round of applause for some of our lead event volunteers, starting off with lead event director, Miss Beth Culp. Lead AV, Mr. Scott Lee, Ross Lindsay, and Matthew Zakoon. Lead electrical and layout, Mr. Philip Long. Your team liaison, Miss Lisa Hatch. Lead cure, Miss Kathy Wood. Lead vocals, Mr. Roy McConnell. And to thank our most valuable asset in this building, and many of you will be stopping by today, I'm sure, during playoffs, the amazing machine shop from Georgia Power, Mr. Flint Shepard. Please welcome back the judges right here in the front seat. Thank you, judges, for all that you do. And another group of talented volunteers, your robot inspectors and CSAs, led by lead robot inspector, Dr. Bob Tate. Lead CSA, Mr. Charles Zengler. And a reminder to all that the teams must be re-inspected after their final qualification match so they can participate in the playoffs. Please remember that. You must get to it right after your last match so you're eligible for alliance selection. There are so many volunteers that put in countless hours of work, literally, and planning before and during the event. Please show your appreciation for your field volunteers, which includes your resetters, cuers, scorekeepers, and FTAAs, led by Mr. Eric Nikonvich, and field supervisor, Mr. Jonathan Morin. Your lead co-scorekeepers, Miss Ducky Trebo and Ray Sperlin. Your pit volunteers, which includes pit admin, spare parts, and safety attendants, and your awesome pit admin supervisor, Miss Lynn Hutchinson. And the volunteers working behind the scenes, like at the volunteer registration, our fabulous volunteer coordinator, Miss Maria Zamora.
All right. So this is what it looks like for the rest of the day. We are going to go into qualification match number 45 right after our opening ceremonies, go all the way through qualification match number 62. Then we will go into our alliance selection, one of my favorite parts of the day where drama meets strategy. Then, after lunch, we will then go into our playoff rounds with all 8 of our alliances to determine who will be the champion here at the Dalton qualifier. And then sprinkled in during the playoffs, we'll have some awards to give out as well. But before we get to that point, I would like you all to stand for the singing of the national anthem by our wonderful All First Choir. All right, thank you to our All First Choir. That means that we are about to get into qualification match number 45 here at the Dalton qualifier for this year's game, Rescape, presented by Haas. But before we get to that point, let us reintroduce our game announcer for the weekend, Mr. Roy McConnell. And he's in. And also, Mr. Andrew Bowen.